because it's hard to find an economist or a major company that supports the opposition's position. On the other hand, you get the impression that all the major companies are against the government's policy, when in fact what they're trying to do is fine-tune it to suit their own purposes. Here's Tony Windsor expressing some frustration with, I think, BHP in this case.
I'm getting a bit sick of some of the industry groups saying, when questioned, that, oh yeah, we believe we should be doing something, and when you ask them what should we be doing, then if the government's got it wrong, they go to water. So my challenge is to those industries, put up or shut up and come up with something that's better.
Is that a fair comment?
Well, it's not a fair comment unless Tony Windsor tells us what his own position is, and he's very equivocal on that. But I think there's another point in this. I mean, from South Bank in Melbourne or Ultimo in Sydney, these companies look like the big polluters if you're in Whyalla, One Steel in Whyalla. If you live in Whyalla and you've got a wife and a couple of kids, or a husband and a couple of kids, One Steel doesn't look like a big polluter. It looks like a big employer. And the support for a carbon tax is primarily coming from well-educated Australians in the inner cities. And companies who are now resisting it are doing the right things because they have an obligation to their shareholders. And as I understand the business community, which is divided, but what those who support a carbon tax but are worried about the present proposal is that they don't see why we should go out in front of the rest of the world. And a very legitimate position would be to say, Australia is a good international citizen. We will do what other nations do. And when America moves and Canada moves and China and India, we'll move too.
Isn't that built into the policy, though, longer term?
No, it's not.
Oh, look, I think that Tony Windsor does have a point, because the starting point is always, well, we should have a carbon tax. Everyone says that to the government, but not this one. We should have a carbon price, but not that one. Interesting on what you had to say too is that the mining industry is starting another advertising campaign from families in Whyalla and places like that. This is ourstory.com.au. Starts today. Some ads on television as well.
And it's just a very positive message in mining, not having a go at the government.
No, apolitical, Barry, I've been told. And I was told to say that with a straight face. I said, I'll find that difficult to do.